Right now, special guest from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, fresh out of the rainforest, out of the monsoon. We have Al Petrelli, lead guitarist and music director.
Good morning.
We have Beethoven himself. You can yell. Can everybody hear him?
Hello, I'm Beethoven.
We do have Beethoven in the studio. It's crazy. He's reincarnate. And Chloe.
Hi.
How are you? Great. Chloe's the singer. Robin's Beethoven. And Al, you can hear him back there fiddling on the guitar, so you can figure out the rest on your own. You guys just got in town. Where have you been? How's the tour going so far?
The tour is going great, thank you. We're just about 1 week into it. We've done a bunch of shows. Last night we were in Jackson, Mississippi, and we got hit with some biblical-type rain, trying to come across Interstate 10 to get here to Tallahassee. It was some Noah's Ark stuff going on last night.
Well, good. Glad you guys made it safe.
So were we. We floated in first thing this morning. We're looking forward to bringing Beethoven back. This is the second year we're in Tallahassee,
this is, yes.
I believe.
Yes.
So thank you so much for having us back in your beautiful community. And
thank you so much for
coming.
coming.
Tear it up tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It was last time you were here. You did Beethoven's Last Night, and I was absolutely blown away. It's one of those where as soon as it was over, I go, when are they coming back? They're coming back, right? Please tell me they're coming back.
Good.
So,
I'm glad.
So, and I'm glad, and just the buzz that we're getting this year. It's almost like everybody that came to the show last year is 100% locked to come back, and then they've already told their friends. So the crowd is going to be like double what it was last year.
So well, that's kind of what happened a dozen years ago with the Christmas tour. When we started touring in the winter in '99, we only had 7 cities on the itinerary. And
right.
The next year it was 14, and then 28, and I think this year we did 150, 140 something cities.
Wow.
So it was like old fashioned when I grew up. It was word of mouth. You can have all the internet buzz you want, but if people physically are in the building and they come see us, and then when they go home, they tell their coworkers, their grandparents, whatever it is, they drag them out the next year.
And what's cool is we've talked to Paul O'Neill, the founder of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. We've talked to him 3 or 4 times on here. And Paul, man, he likes to talk, doesn't he? He's a very cool dude.
He's talking to me right now.
He's got the little CIA earpiece in there.
In my head.
But he's been on here, and he talks more about the starts of Trans-Siberian and where you guys came from and the ideals and what keeps it going. So it's very cool to have you now people out on the road that are with them. Like, what's the feeling each night? How is it going, the Beethoven's Last Night tour?
I don't pay attention to too much other than the electricity that occurs on stage each night. I mean, I've been doing this for a long, long time. And if you do it for any other reasons, you can kind of get jaded. If you do it for the original reason why Paul and I first started this thing years ago, is to listen to people like these two sing. I mean, you walk on stage and the band is hitting something and it feels good and it sounds good. And then one of these guys opens their mouth to sing and you just get goosebumps and chills. You go, that's why I'm here.
Right, and Trans-Siberian is it's a specialty niche that maybe a lot of people haven't been exposed to. And you mentioned word of mouth. That's a big way that Trans-Siberian survives is by word of mouth. And I've talked to people before and go, oh, you got to check out Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And maybe they go, Orchestra?
Yeah, a bunch of Russian
no, it's not here. Let me pull up YouTube. Let me pull up something. Here's their CD. And they go,
and they still
holy crap, man, this is awesome.
Yeah, and you look at it on a computer monitor and say, yeah, that's kind of cool. And look at all the lights. Until you're sitting in that venue, until you're like in the 10th row of the 3rd tier all the way in the back of the arena, you have no idea what you're in store for until you just sit in that seat and visually watch the most incredible production unfurl in front of your eyes. And then you strip all that stuff away and you just cut it down to when musicians are musicians, you sit down and Chloe will open up and start singing a song, or Rob just like brings the character of Beethoven to life.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely just a privilege to be on that stage and to watch this. I remember last year, I've been terrified a couple times in my career.
Okay.
One was at the Marquee Club in London when I looked down and Jimmy Page was sitting in front of me.
Yeah, that would do it.
That's terrifying.
That'll put the fear of God in, yeah.
Dude. The other time was when he started singing on the eve of Beethoven's death in Vienna.
That's a tough crowd.
Now think about that. In Vienna, Austria, in one of the buildings that maybe the great composer might have walked past, in the 1800s. And we're starting to do, like, the 5th and 9th and all this other stuff. And dude comes out here and starts singing about being deaf. And it's like, this is about... And you're looking at this audience that can go very hostile any moment.
Yeah. I mean, that is their guy.
That's their dude. And to be greeted at the end of that show, to look down and see a standing ovation, was that kind of sanctioned the whole thing. It really just kind of...
I bet that is the goosebump moment.
That was one of them. I'll remember a couple things in my life. That would absolutely be one of them, because it could have gone either way.
Well, very cool. Al, guys, we have to take a quick break. You want to stick around?
No,
Talk
we're
to
leaving. Thank you.
All right. Good luck with the show, man.
Thanks
I hope
very
it
much.
sells
Nice
real
meeting
well.
you.
You know?
Yeah, good. Nice,
right, well-
nice jersey.
We'll be right back with Al, Chloe, and Rob of Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Siberian Orchestra is bringing their unique brand of rock theater back to Tallahassee on Friday, March 9th in a show you simply can't afford to miss. Earlier, TSO's presentation of their incredible story of Beethoven's Last Night knocked the audience off their feet, and the show is returning Friday, March 9th, a show that's guaranteed to thrill the entire family. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com or tlccc.org, or you can charge by phone at 800-745-3000.
I don't know what I'm thinking, because all that I see is his face grinning. Let me stop it.
Don't miss this enchanting extravaganza of rock theater, Friday, March 9th at the Tallahassee-Leon County Civic Center from a premier performance ensemble, the Trans-Siberian Orchestra with Gulf 104.
For Tallahassee's Home for Classic Hits, back live in studio, Al Petrelli. We've got Chloe Robb from Trans-Siberian Orchestra. They will be here, they are here, but they will be performing tonight at the Leon County Civic Center with Beethoven's Last Night. We were talking to Al a little bit about the tour and how it's going. What are your favorite parts about this tour? Because you do so many. You have Wizards in Winter, and you have Christmas, and then you have Night Castle, and then Beethoven's Last Night. What is it about Beethoven that really grabs you, that you like?
This is, I think, probably one of my favorite albums.
Me too.
I actually not on the album, and you guys recorded that when, 99? 98, yeah. So Chloe and I are actually, but the first two singers to actually bring it to life.
Yeah.
So this is our third year together. She's an amazing singer. I'm a giant fan of this girl, who's also a Florida native, by the way.
Oh, fantastic. Where are you from?
Tampa.
Tampese? That's close by. That's
from Georgia.
And
Georgia? Where in Georgia?
Little town called Monticello, Georgia.
Monticello. That's just right up the road. Or I'm thinking of Monticello, Florida.
Yeah, Monticello, Florida, yeah. But my dad's in Americus, which is not too far. He's coming down tonight.
Okay, excellent. So you'll have family in the show. That's always good. That's an extra drive there. It's like playing Little League baseball and you see your mom up in the stands. You always like to have your folks there.
You like your dad to be proud, so they've always been real supportive of me and my career. So it's kind of cool.
Very cool, man. So Trans-Siberian in the future, maybe what's can we get some insights, some Disney secrets spilled out here? What's in the future?
Well, it's funny because it's like Apple. We don't even know. The Apple, employees don't know what's the announcements are going to be. We just kind of go with the flow. It's Paul O'Neill is so prolific and he's got so many exciting new ideas and projects, and he's created this little niche called rock theater, which obviously Beethoven's Last Night is. It's not the holiday version. And he's got, Night Castle obviously is another epic story. And we've got a couple coming up, hopefully Gutter Ballet possibly in Romanoff, and just more and more of this kind of rock theater world is where we're heading, I think.
Excellent. And I think what's so cool about Trans-Siberian is you have like maybe the older crowd. Well, I know when I first heard about it, I was younger, and my mom would listen to the Christmas stuff. Right. And that was when I started to get into metal, and I was getting into the Crew and Metallica and Megadeth. And but what's cool is the younger generation really catches on to like the rock part, and it is edgy. It's got so many classical influences and these classical stories.
Yeah. But because it is, a lot of the classical themes and everything, it's Al, what do you say, from 7 to 97 and everywhere in between? I mean, it's a family show, and it does hit very hard. But it's absolutely, I see the older people just jump out of their seats.
It really is. It's almost like a cliche, but I've never found something that fits so good. Something for everybody. It really applies to you guys.
Especially this story, which is, it's kind of the ultimate story of good and evil, and it's always, Paul always puts some sort of inspirational message in every one of his stories. And it's really great. You get rocked really hard, and you also get a wonderful, almost like an entire Shakespearean tale, told by our narrator that kind of unfurls in front of you too. So it's a.
What is his name, by the way? He was fantastic last year.
Yeah, Brian Hicks. He's been with us.
He had everybody in stitches. He's great.
He's really. He goes all the way in that part. So it's really cool.
It is cool. So Chloe, how did you become a member? How did you find Trans-Siberian, or did they find you?
They kind of found me. I actually knew one of the casting directors in New York, and she had called me to come do the winter show, and I was doing something else at the time, so I couldn't do it. But when Beethoven was coming to life, they called me in for an audition, and I came in and sang, and I got the part, and now this is my 4th tour with Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Very cool. It's just that easy. So I have another question. Can I have a job?
Well,
What do you play?
Look at this guy right over here. So.
What was the question?
He wants a job.
Yeah, do you take mine?
Yeah. Well, very cool. Thank you guys so much. And one more final question. Chloe, do you sing After the Fall? Is that you on lead?
I do.
Dude, thank you so much for singing my favorite song of like the last year. Since I've seen you guys, that song, for some reason, I absolutely love that
Well,
song.
funny you should mention that. We're going to do that
Oh,
now.
fantastic. Well, hang on. We'll get everything set up. We'll be right back. Trans-Siberian Orchestra in studio with a live performance from one of the songs you will be witnessing tonight at the Leon County Civic Center off of Beethoven's Last Night. It's Gulf 104. Classic Hits back in studio with Al Petrelli, Chloe, and Rob of Trans-Siberian Orchestra here with a very special in-studio live performance of one of the songs you can hear tonight off of Beethoven's Last Night. And my personal favorite from the entire performance. That says a lot because there's so many great songs. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chloe and Al and just sit back and pretend like this one was dedicated to me. Here we go. It's After the Fall on Gulf 104.
Time, only time could never take me away from you. And why should it try? Time never cares just what we do. It just sits on a star and gazes down, dropping its moments all around. And if I could wish upon that star, I would find what you dreamed then has gone to granted. I wanted to say this long before this earth would fall, and I would parade us in wonder if God heard at all. For the chances they've had are now long gone, and the star is no longer wished upon. For on this night it seems too far away. In a thousand ways, but it all comes down to that single day when you realize what you regret, but you can't reclaim, but you can't forget. If I could just fall back into my life and find you there inside this night, and let eternity just drift away. Yes. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah. Ooh.
Yes, bravo. James Brown here.
So much fun doing it like that. Oh, no
cool,
way.
yeah, it's
Dude.
cool.
Thank you so much. Chloe, Al Petrelli on guitar. You can hear that song tonight. Beethoven's Last Night. Woo! Blew me away. Talk about goosebumps in the studio, man. What a fantastic performance. Thanks so much to Rob, Chloe, and Al from Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And actually, if you want to stick around, we could probably get in one more song. We'll do something new. All right? Yeah, something new. We'll do it in just a sec. Stay here. It's Gulf 104, Tallahassee's home for Classic Hits. Classic Hits back. Trans-Siberian Orchestra members Al Petrelli, Chloe, and Rob back in studio. Guys, I want to thank you so much for coming by. I know you've got a lot to do today. Busy day to prep for the show this evening, but you do have one more song you want to do live, one of the new songs. A first look, a first listen here on Gulf 104. Whenever you guys are ready, Al Petrelli and Rob. Tonight's Beethoven.
All three, yeah? You good?
Do you remember? Look at me, at all the things we said we'd be. We'd beat the house, we'd push the odds, we'd take it all. We had the cards, with years to burn and years to trash, living life based on flash, but somehow reaching for the stars. I think we went a bit too far. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. I never meant to take it this far. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. When everything you touch turns gold, can weigh you down, can make you old. When metal doesn't ring the same, reaction from inside your brain, and all the things we offered up to gods who couldn't get enough. And though we still stay up all night, the mornings aren't quite as bright. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. I never meant to take it this far. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. And all the things we thought we learned as we watch our bridges burn, while standing in the afterglow, I guess we gave them quite a show. And who's to say what it's about when John Wayne coughed the last train out, and Spock and Kirk have had enough, and no one's left to beam me up. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. I never meant to take it this far. Got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. I never meant to take it this far. Yeah. Oh, I never meant to take it this far.
And you know that was a new song. He's reading the lyrics off the phone, man.
No, he was reading his email. He knows the lyrics. Yeah, he knows the lyrics so good.
Well, guys, thank you so much once again for stopping by. You can catch these three and the rest of Trans-Siberian Orchestra when they perform tonight at the Leon County Civic Center. Beethoven's last night. Show is at 8 p.m. You're in for a wonderful time. Once again, you guys, thank you so much. Tickets available. Go to golf104.com, Ticketmaster.com. Al Petrelli, Chloe, and Rob, thank you all so much, and we'll see you tonight.